Welcome back to another episode of my blog vlog. Albeit, I think because of the nature of the piece, a lot of people would not know how to have responded. I am also reading How to Say Babylon, a memoir, memoir, memoir. How to Say Babylon, a memoir from Sophia Sinclair. Yeah, she's also the writer of Cannibal. So I go read a poem a day, a chapter a day. Yeah. Um, this month of May, I really wanted it to be about memoirs, and I didn't know how to get started. Like I googled it on YouTube, because everybody just they will tell you everything, almost everything that you need to know about going about how to do what you want to do. Um, but I figured a better way to get about or get to it would be to read and see how people express themselves in their memoirs. And so I was fortunate enough, and I am fortunate enough, I should say, to have a friend in Danica Thomas from the Bacano bookshop. And so I got these borrowed. I'm hoping to finish it real soon. And yeah, and take so I can get some more books. I'm already behind. I feel like she on her 10th book already, but her race is not my race. Let me read my race. You understand? And so yeah, these two are going really good so far. And the first chapter alone, the way she depicted how Haile Selassie came to Jamaica, and the Rastafarians in Jamaica were ostracized in society, but they all came rushing the airport and the tarmac in the royalty gongs, and they were beaten and rain was falling, and when the plane cracked the sky, the rain stopped and sunbeams came down, and he stood on the ground itself, and on the red carpet they rolled out to him. Like the detail of the writing was so exquisite. And so I took stock of that and then penned my first memoir for me. So this one is called The Sky on a Wednesday. The Sky on a Wednesday. Trigger warning. The only sound he heard in the room was the sound of lips smacking as Mr. Ansel tugged and pulled at him. The room smelled of cigarettes, coffee, and mold. The walls were a dark purple all around. Light came through the cracks in the board. There were cobwebs over the door on the right hand side facing out, the kind that was thick with dust so it just hung. The bed sheets felt like soft gravel. They were brown and green with what looked like crumbs and coffee stains. The roof had rusty patches and small holes. Curtains with cigarette burns swelled up and fell by the window whenever the breeze came dancing in. That was the only thing he looked at for a long time. Out the window, you could see a light blue sky, barely a cloud to see take shape into whatever it wanted. The kind you see at 2 p.m. in August on a Wednesday. A sky waiting to be painted with laughter and ideas of any shape. He wanted to be a cloud. That much this 8-year-old boy knew. When his head came back from outside because he could feel the pressure of his left nipple as it was pinched and nibbled on. His legs couldn't touch the ground from the bed. He watched the grays in Mr. Ansel hair go up and down kneeling in front him. The songs of his breathing were coarse, his voice husky, his eyes were cloudy. He had moles about his face. He sounded like a starving man finally getting to have his full. The bites felt like that too. Mr. Ansel was old enough to be a grandfather. Not his, though. Even though he would be the one to play with his grandkids when they came to visit. How'd we get here? He and B was playing as they usually did all vacation. It was routine at this point. No school. So get up, find whatever mommy leave to eat, brush your teeth, and is outside for the rest of the day. When we meet up, it would be with the rest of the fellas from around and head out. We have marbles in pocket in case a game start anytime. Sustenance is whatever fruit it have in season. Mangoes, automatic chow, or dipped in salt and black pepper. Chenet, pomerac, pomsite, guava, governor plum. A cornucopia of fruits to choose from daily. We never felt unsafe. All the adults knew who is who cheering. So no matter where we went in the village, we always kind of knew we would be good. Them days it was still a whole village raising everybody cheering. We took turns sliding in the big canal on we belly, spinning on we back, on your bottom literally, taking a bath in the ice. A natural waterway but makeshift waterfall you meet when you go to the end of the community. From there it turned into bush and forest. It couldn't get any better than this, he thought to himself after having a half day of laughs and becoming whoever he wanted to in those moments. The elders were big on Thanksgiving, the kind where you get a little bit of everything in a brown bag and it's greasy. Corn curls, kumar, biscuit, sponge cake, a sweetie and popcorn on the top with a chubby. During the July-August vacation in 94-95, you were guaranteed at least 4 Thanksgivings. Everyone knew everybody in the community. It was a small one. Most of everybody he went to school with lived in the area. He met Mr. Ansel at a Thanksgiving in his house for his granddaughter's confirmation. For days after, we would be playing there with the visiting children, mostly because they always had snacks and they were girls. Two pluses of natural attraction. Mr. Ansel would always come out with bongo, catch, lollipops, and Shirley in a basket. Everybody who was around playing would get. Whoever missed out would get vexed when they hear about how much snacks pass. Coming to the end of the vacation, the grandkids, they went back home. But we would still pass the house sometimes and get snacks. And other fellows would tell you, and other fellows would tell you about it if you missed out too. It wasn't unfamiliar for them to be by Mr. Ansel. He was the snacks grandpa, but not ours. He invited them over for snacks when they were passing a Wednesday afternoon. Just finished bathing in the ice and looking to go for Chenet. It wasn't unsafe to be by Mr. Ansel at any time before today. What was different about today? Nothing was off routine of their day. Nothing was off routine of their day up to that point. Nothing to explain an invitation to choose their own snacks in the bedroom where the vault was. So B and him went in, and it was the equivalent to a tree laden with your favorite ripe mango. All the snacks you could think of, and all they had to do was kiss each other. Just kiss, Mr. Ansel suggested between these two boys, who watched each other and laughed, saying, Nah, your mother, well, we not doing that. He said, Okay, then let me kiss you. That was met with equal opposition. Then you can't get no snacks, said Mr. Ansel. Everything about that moment felt wrong, but not wrong enough. I mean, he kissed girls before, it was indifferent at this point, but Mr. Ansel didn't want lips. He ran his hands up his legs. He could feel the rough calluses groping his small body. Mr. Ansel released a sigh that sounded like steam being released from a train pulling into a station. He put all the snacks on the bed and put him to sit on the bed while B was looking. Took his pants down, his legs hanging on the side, unable to touch the ground. He kneeled down and kissed his tip. A shock ran through his body, a sensation never felt before. Unable to describe it to himself in his head as he looked at B, then out the window. Out the window, you could see a light blue sky, barely a cloud to see take shape into whatever it wanted to be. The kind you see at 2 p.m. on August under Wednesday. A sky waiting to be painted with laughter and ideas of any shape. He wanted to be a cloud. He felt something strange happen to his body after some time. He said, I want to pee, I want to pee. He got up, grabbed his snacks, pulled up his pants, and ran home to pee and sleep and hope it was a dream. He left B. B passed by later that afternoon. Everything changed that day. B's mother saw blood stain on his pants and raised an alarm. B's brothers made sure it was the last time Mr. Ansel did anything like that to anyone else. But the damage was already done. So much damage already done. He never spoke about what happened with B. He never spoke to B again until 25 years later at a gas station. He hugged him like a lost brother he didn't see for years. They looked at each other. They knew. Love alone.